We've got a good group this year. We had, I was trying to think last year at this time, I think we had around 29 total. Somewhere around that number. So what was the count? We've got 36 here. That's good. I could take 5 of you. 6 of you. Not even that. I could take 2 people. And if you really embrace the servant attitude, change the whole campus. I'm talking total embracement of servanthood. Pretty much impossible. If we could do it, we could be like Jesus, who was the total servant. But if we can just capture a little piece of that, and that's what this weekend is going to be about. We're going to hopefully challenge ourselves to think more about what it takes. Why should we be a servant? What are the motivations to becoming a servant like Christ? And so tonight's topic, we're going to be talking about the eyes of the servant. And this is, Nick, where'd Nick go? Nick, thank you for the introduction there, because I think you summed up how most of us are most of the time. We each have our moments where you feel good about yourself. You go home, you think to yourself, well, I did some really nice stuff for some people today. And you build yourself up and you feel good about that. But that's not most of the time. And for some of us, that's not even a fraction of the time. And so, by the end of this weekend, if you don't get anything else out of these sessions, I'd like to challenge you to challenge yourself just to simply think about, how can I be a servant a little bit more? And there's some really simple stuff that makes a huge impact. Most of us live our daily life and we major in minor things. We major in minor things. We need to reverse that paradigm. We need to start thinking about our lives in terms of, what are the important things in life? The truly important things in life. So yesterday I pull up off the exit on Moore Road. Now keep in mind, I've been thinking about this topic for a while now. And I've been trying to put myself in the frame of mind of servanthood, okay? So I exit off Moore Road. And I look off to the left-hand side, and there's a guy standing there with cardboard. And on his cardboard it says what? You all know the sign.
Need help with money.
Right. Yeah.
Anything else?
And that's all I saw. I looked at it, I tried to read the little letters, and then boom, I'm doing everything I can not to look. And don't make eye contact with this guy. Y'all done that?
Many times.
You pull up and you're standing, you're sitting there and you're waiting for the light to turn. How many of you guys, you continue to make eye contact with the homeless person? Just, it's you and him. Right? How many of you do that? Macy?
I'm not gonna lie.
So you're engaged in the guy, and he's looking back at you. It's a stare down.
Well, it isn't. It's
I'll tell you what. For the most of us that are not socially awkward, it's okay, Macy. We love you anyway. It's hard. It's hard. It's hard to look at that guy because it puts us in a place where we don't want to be. I've given y'all some paper, and I've jumped back and forth on one side. I know what I want you to do. I'm going to ask you guys some questions. But on the other side, I was thinking about this, and I don't think I want you all to do this because it's extremely personal. But just think about it. Because I'm convinced that we live our life every day. Even some of you in this room who are close to each other, you think you know each other. But how well do you really know the needs of your friend, your acquaintance, maybe even your best friend? And so if you were to go off by yourself somewhere and you write down the biggest need in your life, what you need more than anything, maybe it's money. Maybe you need a friend. Maybe you're lonely. Like truly lonely. Maybe you need a better family life. Maybe you need fill in the blank. Tear down all the barriers. Write down your biggest need. And you know what the scary thing is? We walk around with each other. We laugh. We have a good time with one another. And we will never know truly what the deepest need of the person that you may be sitting next to day in and day out. You may not know. And I'll tell you why. It's because we, somewhere along the way, have put on our blinders and we don't see the stuff that's going on that we need to see. We see all the minor details. We see the classwork. We see the grades. We see the exams. We see the social events. We see this. We see all of these, but we don't see the major stuff. Turn in your Bibles to Philemon chapter 1, verse 4. I'm sorry, Philippians. Sorry. Philippians chapter 1, verse 4. Somebody read that once you get to it.
Verse 4.
Yeah, chapter 1, verse 4.
Always, in every prayer of mine, for you all, making my prayer with joy. Is that right?
I've written the wrong verse down. I've got.
I might have gotten it wrong.
You're right.
Okay, here's what I'm getting at. Each of you should be concerned not only about your own interests, but the interests of others as well.
Philippians 2:4.
Chapter 2:4. Okay.
It's on the email you sent out.
Sorry.
Let each of you look not only to his own interests, but also to the interests of others.
That's good. Yeah. How do we do that?
Selflessness.
Yeah, guys, listen. You will not begin to look at others' needs if you're focused on yourself. If you're thinking about what is it that I need. You just, the two don't go together. Selfishness does not equate to selflessness. In general, and I'm not necessarily referring to this group, but in general, we have become numb to one another's needs. If it doesn't directly impact us in some way, it doesn't really penetrate this sphere that we have built up around us. Do you think people in past generations were as isolated as the needs of others, the needs that others had? Past generations. You think they were as isolated as what they are today? General question. What do y'all think?
No.
Why not?
They depend on each other more.
They depended on each other more. They had that sense of community. They weren't afraid to tell each other, hey, I need this, I need that. And your grandparents weren't afraid to give that to you. Somewhere along the way, we've lost that. Why?
We don't want to show weakness.
We don't want to show weakness. We want to be self-sufficient. We want others to think that we're self-sufficient. Why else?
There, Nick Craig.
Okay, are you joking or are you got some serious there? Yeah, I think there's some truth in that, Walker. Why else?
Because if people give to us, then we have to give to others.
you don't want to owe somebody. I tell you, I was real quick to run out and pump up the tire because I owed Shelton because he plugged the tire for me. I had to even the score there.
That's reason.
I'm just kidding. Here's what I think. I don't think that we purposely think to ourselves, you know what, I'm going to ignore the needs of others. I don't think that's it. What I do think is that we are living in an age where we have what I call cognitive overload. And we are bombarded with junk every single day. And we allow that to penetrate us and weigh us down and sap our time of the really important stuff. The fact is, we're so busy doing things that don't matter that we have lost the ability to pay attention. I've got a little test that I want you all to take. That's what the paper's for. I want to ask some questions. Now, some of these are not going to be fair for some of you, which is okay.
Are we going to turn these in, or are these just for us?
No, you're going to turn these in because what I'm going to do, you're going to grade yourself on them. Okay, I'm going to give you the answers. You're going to grade yourself. But I'm interested to see how observant you guys really are. Just in your daily life.
If we go, can the final replace the little screen?
Yes.
Do you have another piece of paper? I use it for notes.
This won't affect my GPA, right?
No, this is not a
That's all
no.
right.
No. Okay, on the way over here. Jordan, I don't have it. Was there one over here?
I can give you
Does it have to be yellow?
No, you can use your paper.
Here, you got one?
Yeah.
Hey Jordan, did it have a notepad?
I've got actually, I've got some prizes, not with me.
Right.
We have.
It's a good prize.
It is. You know what? I'm not going to tell you guys what it is, but I think the three. Is it three? Three.
Yeah, for
The
sure.
three people that score the highest on this, we'll get the prize. Okay. Number one. No, actually, this is a bonus question. Because I thought of it on the way over here. Brenna, you are disqualified from answering this. So bonus, put a star by it.
Just put a P by it?
Yeah, bonus. Okay. How many deer? How many deer? Were here? How many deer? And it's got to be within two because I counted every single one. So it needs to be within two. All right.
What is not fair? Which ones I saw?
You missed some.
Okay. Well, like I said, it's got to be within the close proximity to my count. Okay.
That's not even fair. I was so excited.
All right, number one. What color is the awning on the side of the Central Church building that you guys walk in every day to go into church?
The one towards the Sims?
On the ramp. You go up the ramp and there's an awning. What color is it? Sorry, Shelby, you're going to have a hard time. It's over the door.
We're talking about the color of the ramp?
Color of the awning over the door. Number two. There are two colors on the gate arm in our parking lot. There are two colors on that gate. There's a middle color and then a color on the top and the bottom that match. What are those two colors?
I don't
In the church parking lot.
Okay, on the console that you plug in the little code, what is the name that's on that big console panel?
People don't use that. We lost.
Like I said, I'm just going to be fair for everybody.
We just thought of this like all over so we can do like everything.
Alright. There's as you walk between the two parking lots, church parking lot and the back door of the student center, there's a median there across that you kind of step up over, and smack dab in the middle of that is this big tree. What separate? Never mind. It's a big tree. What kind of tree is it?
You don't know what kind of tree it is.
I'll find out. Yeah. Number 4. What kind of tree is it? Number 4.
Living.
Just guess. Number 5.
Wait.
Number 5. If all the student directors do not get this right, you're no longer the student director. How many steps up to the kitchen door are there?
Wait.
Yeah.
We're just talking about the wooden ones?
The wood steps.
Does the top one count? Like, does the
Yes.
top one that
The
leads?
platform
The
counts.
platform counts.
Yes.
Got it.
Post 3.
I'm getting this one wrong.
Number 6. What is on the top of the CSC sign?
That's easy.
Number 7. For those of you that don't go in the back door, how many steps are there? And everybody came down these steps today on the front of the CSC.
Not including this, like, from sidewalk to the top?
Steps.
Platform counts. Sidewalk is not
The
counts.
sidewalk isn't a step.
The platform is.
No, I know the sidewalk either, but I'm talking about you go from the sidewalk up to the very top.
Who counts the steps when you go up? I feel like you have problems with it. Like, I feel like this is like a mental thing.
Number 7. Or sorry, number 8. Number 8. How many windows are in the dining hall where we eat?
Hold on.
That was easy. There's at least one.
Number 9.
No, wait.
Number 9.
Do windows kind of like right together?
Yeah,
Like, is that 1 or 2? The windows.
like there's that window right there.
1.
There's that one.
That's called a.
Alright, number 9. What has been sitting on the window at the front entrance? You know where the mail collects, guys? On that window? Okay, other than the corner. It's been sitting there for years and years and years. It's right there in the corner. What is it? Yes, it's sitting on the window where the mail collects. You know, just on the inside as soon as you walk in.
That's unfair.
I got the mail today and put it right there.
What color is our mailbox? Number 10.
Okay.
That's easy.
Number 11. Number 11. Ain't nothing gonna happen today that me and the Lord can't handle together. Where's that sign?
Ooh.
Ain't nothing gonna happen today that me and the Lord can't handle together.
I just put it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's 11. Alright, number 12. What is in the top right corner of the serving area? If you're in the serving, you've gone through the line, you've gotten your food, you turn around, you look up as you're walking into the dining hall before you go out. You look up at the top right hand corner.
Wait, I'm confused.
So
Like near the double door.
Yes.
In the top right corner.
Yes.
Right outside the kitchen.
Yeah. Right outside the kitchen.
Wait, are you halfway in?
No, you need to go to the serving area before you walk through the double doors. Right inside. All right. Creativity may count.
Okay.
Yes.
If it's really funny and it makes me laugh. Alright. Alright, number 13. Where does the kiss the cook sign hang? Guys, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Where does the kiss the cook sign hang? Number 14. What has been sitting on the right hand side of the counter? There's only one counter that separates the dining hall and the kitchen. Well, I tell you what, if you're standing in the serving room, left. Okay? What's sitting on the corner there?
Wait, repeat.
And be specific.
Yeah.
Left. What sits on the counter on the left-hand side?
Left hand or right hand?
Left-hand side. If you're looking into the kitchen, you're looking into the kitchen, and the countertop is right there, sitting on the left-hand side of the counter.
So like you're in the kitchen?
No, you're looking into the kitchen.
From the back step or from the I know you're not. Okay, if you're in okay, start it all over. You're in the line of food. You're in the line of food and there's like I know that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. All right. Number 15. Okay, the menu sign with the chef. There's a picture of the chef right there on the road. He's holding two things. What are they? The chef in the picture. He's holding two things. What are they? In the picture.
Oh, on the chalkboard.
On the chalkboard, well, there's a picture of a chef. It's the menu. What's on the menu item?
We never use that board, so I have no idea.
All right.
We use Twitter now.
If you guys get this, I'm going to give you 10 bonus points.
Wait, so this is another
So
bonus?
this is bonus 2?
This is just, I mean, if this is another observant, you're extra points. Number 16. What has been sitting outside the dining room window across the alley for years? If you look out, there's a window that faces the alley in the dining room. If you look out that window,
Serving room?
no, the dining room. The
Dining
dining room.
I actually know this.
Okay? And you look out that window across the alley, there's something very odd that sits up there and it's been there for years. Yes. All right. Number 17. What is the frame of the mirror made of in the dining room? What is the frame of the mirror? You know where you get your tea and your drinks, and you look up and there's the mirror. There you are. What's that frame made of? The mirror when you're getting your drinks in the dining room. There's a mirror there. What's the frame made of? All right, number 18. Only 2 more questions. How many picture frames are to the right of my office window?
Oh, yeah, that's easy. I looked at those pictures.
Like that right side of the wall. The whole side
Yeah,
of the
which
wall.
side of the wall?
To the right or to the left?
Like when you're coming in the CSC, the
always
whole right wall.
To the left.
Yeah. To the
Sorry, to the left.
To the left?
To the left.
The left is
So
the
you're
picture.
counting. You're counting.
Huh?
There's some frames in the world. There's some frames in one section. There's some frames in another section.
To the left of my office window. You're looking at it.
Oh, in between your office and on the left of your door? Okay.
All right.
Just on that wall, not the other walls.
Yes, just that one. Number 19. What is above the sign-up board? What's above the sign-up board in the CSC?
Are paintings counted as frames or no?
Number 20. Last question.
Wait, hold up.
I know, isn't it?
Who was 19?
What is above the sign-up board? You know the sign-up board?
Yeah.
All right, last question. You can use 2 names here. Either one you can It'll be the right answer. Whose name is on the window plaques? It's a little brass plaque on the window, and there's names, and it's people who have bought those windows, and their names are on those plaques.
about those people.
It's right next to the grandkids.
All right, make sure that your name is on the paper. So if you, by chance, just got lucky or something,
What was number 9 again?
Number 9 was the question that said, what has been sitting on the window at the front entrance where the mail is? Very specific
That
item.
quiz was very biased.
Yes, it was.
You can tell us the answers.
Well, not.
Are y'all going to grade your test by yourself?
No.
No, let's pass them around.
Yeah, let's switch.
Walter doesn't want it. Walter doesn't want to.
Somebody else wants to.
What was the deer answer? We want a different one. I got three. Yeah, Craig, for the bonus
Yes.
in the very beginning, Patrick and us, we got lost, and so we don't have anywhere close to the right number.
Hold on.
Y'all want to know how many here I counted?
No.
How many?
Where's
I counted 34.
Brennan's right here. Brennan's right here.
Brenda, how many here did I count?
35.
I counted Patrick, and then I only saw like 7. I counted 34.
The only question I got right.
And how many years do you say? This one.
One more.
Alright, guys. I just want to make a few more points, and then we're going to go into our breakout session.
Yeah,
Did you really?
Yeah.
Alright, if y'all are still hanging with me after I finish up, I'll go through the answers real quick.
Okay.
I don't want to keep y'all up all night. And the breakout sessions, the questions are kind of intense too. So, hey guys, this is supposed to challenge. If you're not challenged at the end of this weekend, then I haven't done my job. So, you will get as much out of this as you put into it. Okay, so if you want to be challenged, great. So I believe that we are becoming more and more of a group whose empathy for one another is atrophied. Is that the right word, Walter? What's the right way to use that word? Atrophy.
Are you talking about apathy?
No.
No,
If you don't use your muscle, if you're in a wheelchair and you use their muscle, they lose their muscle mass because they don't use their legs. Okay, so understanding that, what that word means, I just said that we are becoming a group of people today whose empathy is atrophy. Y'all with me? Why are we not plugged in to each other like we need to anymore?
Because at times when we've wanted the love, we haven't received it, so then we don't give it back when other people need it.
Do you guys hear Jordan? Do you think that's the only reason?
But it's one of them.
I think it's because we're kind of selfish, and like me personally, like I know it, like you have to go out of your way, and a lot of times I just don't want to do that. Like that's like my own selfish nature kind of keeps me from being that I need to.
Y'all, on the way over here, I noticed, keep on my veins on. Did y'all see the guy with the baseball bat and his pregnant girlfriend or wife?
Okay,
They were in the road and they were having an argument.
They were arguing?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was wondering what they were doing.
No, they were arguing.
well, we went by, they seem to be.
They're making up.
They're making up.
That's actually very good to know.
We had a completely different trip than
There was a
We only saw 7 minutes.
But as I thought about that, we didn't stop. And I thought, all right, what kind of example am I setting here? We're going to be talking about the needs of others and seeing where needs are. And I just drove right on by. I never even thought of it, And I thought about the Samaritan, the Good Samaritan that stopped, and you had, the priest and Levite that walked on past and never stopped. And I thought about that in terms of the society that we're in today and how we treat one another. And I mean, you talk about blinders and not being tuned in and observing and looking for ways to help, ways to serve. Because we are so focused on what we're going to do in the next hour, or who we've got to meet, or where we've got to be, or who we've got to be talking to, or what we've got to get at the store, or the new pair of shoes that or the clothes, that we are so focused on other things that are minor. And rather than really seeing the important things, the people, the beautiful people around us, God's people, Christians, loved ones, family, friends, who every one of us in here has issues. There's not the first person in here that does not have issues. And if you took that piece of paper and you flipped it over and you walked out here in private and you wrote down your deepest need, what you need more than anything else, and you came back in here and you showed it to everybody, I think all of us would be humbled and down on our knees thinking, oh my goodness, what have I missed? And these are people we know. This is you and I talking. You would go out there in the world and you look at the sorrow and the misery and all of the opportunities that we have to help other people. Little stuff. It does not have to be life-changing, digging money out of our pocket kind of stuff. It can be something like, hey, you all right? I'm thinking about you. If you need something, give me a call. I'm here for you. I'm thinking about you. You've been upset and sad. But little stuff, a card, or just a simple hug. And these are the things that we miss every day that people are sorely in need of. And we're too caught up in our own thing that we don't do that. And it's getting worse. The more we get drawn into this society and the bombardments of all the distractions, where do you think that stuff is coming from? Yeah. Man, the further he can separate us and pull us apart from each other and get those blinders over our eyes so that we're not seeing other people, that's what he wants. I'm going to close up here with the scripture. Matthew chapter 23. Verse 11 and 12. Because somewhere along the way we've gotten it in our minds that serving, to lower yourself to the status of servant is, not very rewarding. It's not going to get you anything personally. It's not going to benefit you in any way. It's just going to take time out of your day. It's going to put you behind, blah, 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 whatever. Somebody read those two verses.
The greatest among you shall be your servant. Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted.
You want to be powerful? Serve. You want to lead? Serve. You want to be thought highly of and held in high regard? Serve. That's all I got. Do we have any closing stuff before breakout session? Okay, so everybody's got a folder. And the color of your folder indicates which group that you're going to be in. So go ahead.